Howdy, Beefalo Bart here, and welcome. Alright, so I screwed that one the hell up, but whatever. Yeah, this is one of the learning tools from the UE4 launcher. I figured, what the hell, I'll take a look at it. I'm not much of a platformer, so it's not my style of game. But what the hell, I'll give it a try. And I totally missed that green card. And screwed that up. Alright, so yeah, this was in the learning section of the UE4 launcher. And you can create a project with it. That car. Figured if nothing else, it might be a... Oh, shit. That's that one too. Well, gonna fail again. When you fail, that happens. But whenever you don't fail, you can actually jump up and actually grab the helicopter. I'll see if I can avoid failing this time. Then we'll actually get into looking at the project itself. So it's got some pretty cool elements. But for me, anytime I'm looking at stuff like this, I should missed again. And green car. Didn't stick the landing. Bonus. And there we go. New record, yay. And of course, me being who I am, I have to do this. It's just necessary. So, Ass got third place. So, it's actually pretty cool for what it is. I'm not into platforming, but I just ran it as it is after installing the project or creating the project. And I guess if you want to get it, play around with it, maybe expand on it, change a few things around, or just go in there and take things out of it. Your character is not, and I repeat, is not based off of the UE4 mannequin skeleton. Whole different setup right here. Whole lot less things, but yeah, whatever. You know, if you want to swap out and use the UE4 mannequin and create your own animations and everything to go with it, but it's just not going to be the same. But if you want to use that character for other stuff, there are animations to go with it. Well, mostly just an idle animation, running, jumping, and the like of what you just saw. Maps wise, as you can see, there's a buttload of maps here. And that is because you're probably using level streaming. As you can see, persistent here. Yeah, it's probably going to be a level streaming thing. Your pawn, not much to look at there. Your animation blueprint, eh. But the good thing is you do have all these other things you can actually use. Materials, textures, meshes, cars, pieces, parts, buildings, all the different pieces for the elevator road and such. Um, so at least if you want to grab the asset pack for just making an interesting little whatever city environment. It's particle effects and sounds and different stuff. And hell, it's free. Whatever. So to get into what we're actually going to be talking about in this is the upcoming changes to the actual channel, both YouTube and Discord. I'm going to stick with YouTube primarily. I did some on Twitch, but just I haven't spent much time developing the channel on Twitch, so there's not a whole lot to work with there. I mean, I could spend more time on Twitch, but I'm really not interested in it. Environment. You got a police car and the chopper with pre-spinning blades. Kind of cool. Okay. So what I'm wanting to do is change some of the format of what the channel is going to do and how things are going to get done video-wise and so forth. And part of that is going to be putting together a team of 2, 3, 4 people, preferably some that are, constants that'll be there quite regularly, and be able to go along with the format. And what we're going to end up doing is playing games, but not just playing them. Going into a game, and I'm going to use the Division 2 or Division 1. Currently don't have Division 1 installed, but I do have that. And picking out things like the Seeker Mine and creating that in the UE4 environment. So the team getting together, playing the games, having fun, and while we're playing the games, looking at the different content and features within the game. And let's make sure everything is saved, and I'll open up another project here. While playing it and discussing everything, and then going into Unreal Engine 4 and on stream, or pre-recorded videos or what have you, actually creating the stuff that we see in the game and we talk about. So, for example, like the Seeker Mine I mentioned before, the Division and Division 2 both have Seeker Mines. Just spawn a few more bad guys in here. And I've just created a basic version of Seeker Mine here. And one that splits out into 4. And one that will actually jump and do an airburst mode. For some reason it's decided it wants to not delete the original and then sometimes spawn 2 of them up. Don't understand it, but whatever. But that's the thing, is go in, look at the actual content of the game that's being played, and say, okay, I want to create a Seeker Mine. And how does that Seeker Mine work? What is it? How do you create it? Things like that. The track, what is it? In this case, the Seeker Mine is actually an AI. And it's a lovely ragdoll effect here. A twofer. See, it ignores the dead guys and goes only for the live ones. It's time to change targets. Asshole almost got me. So for people who are wanting to join in on the team here, there's on this map, there's a set spawn that just every so often, every few seconds, it'll actually spawn a new character. And with the Seeker Mine, if there is no target, it'll just sit there and do nothing until it actually times out and explodes. I guess I could go back in here and fix it to where it will try to reacquire a target and go on its own. So let's put multiple targets in here and spawn a cluster. Cool. So anybody wanting to join a team, basically have time available and try to be flexible on timing of when the videos are recorded and that kind of stuff. I know I've got a lot of viewers that are actually in various other countries, from Germany, France, England, Algeria, Honduras, Indonesia, Thailand, United States, Canada, broad. I mean, I got people all around the world. Even have people in America, you know. So if you don't happen to have the game that's being played, it's not a big deal. The people who don't have the game, that are part of the team, that are part of the video, just need to be logged into Discord, and we'll have a private channel set up just for voice communications. And I will do the streaming and everything that goes along with that. Now, if you do have your own YouTube channel and you want to stream the content as well, go right ahead. Kind of co-promote each other's channels. But the whole point is to actually get in there, and if you're not able to play the game, you can at least watch the stream, but be talking on Discord. And the reason I wanted to use Discord for the voice for talking is because with the streaming software that I'm using, I can actually take the audio output from Discord, have it playing sound through my earphone or through the speaker on the right monitor, and actually have that picked up in the streaming software as another audio channel. And it's already set up in this particular scene that I've got set up in StreamYard. The people that are talking in Discord will be real time with me at the time. And unfortunately, if we're doing it through YouTube for text only, then there's like a 4-second delay. So, yeah. I also had in this project dragons. Let's see if any of the bots get caught up in the flame here. Set up these dragons with a fire attack. They're just stationary. They don't walk around or anything. But yeah, if you want to join on the team, let me know on Discord, and we'll set up a time to do like a test stream, play a game. Games will vary from stuff that we know that is actually made in Unreal Engine 4, like Conan Exiles, Astroneer, Ark, Survival Evolved. Oh yeah, the dragon just killed somebody. Yay. So, preferably games that are actually created in Unreal Engine 4. Dragon claimed another kill. And that will be good. And we don't have to limit ourselves to that. I'd like to also look at and play some of the wargaming products, like World of Warships, World of Warplanes, World of Tanks, Armored Warfare. All 4 of those are actually free games. When we're recreating the content in Unreal Engine 4, we're working on our own separate computers and own separate projects. We're not going to be using anything like kinematic soup or anything like that at first. Then maybe add that later on. But get off me, boy. Oh damn. See, he stood right next to me and mine blew up and would have killed me. But Um, yeah, so that's pretty much the direction, is to play games on stream and discuss while we're playing the game the content. In this example, the Seeker Mine, and then be able to go back into Unreal Engine 4 and try to recreate those features from the game, like I was doing here with the Seeker Mine. You know, being able to create a Seeker Mine, test it out, and implement it into a game, and actually have implemented it into, or at least partially into, uh, the project for the FPS shooter. Seekers rolling all over the damn place. Sitting here letting the bots get carried away and not killing them all fast enough. Just wanted to see if the dragons were actually going to kill them. First person mode, look around. The Seekers are actually kind of funny. I'll probably be doing some streaming later on a game like Division, or another one I'm considering is the Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought. I believe that's the full name of it. It's not actually released yet. However, the release version on Steam will be like $35 on pre-order right now, but you won't be able to play it until it actually hits Steam. But if you want to play it now, it's freaking $50. Not a big deal. I mean, I can get it and play it, but I'd like to keep games either free to play or stuff that we already have. Like I said, I do have Ark. I do have a bunch of games that I already own. Restart this. Go stand in front of the dragons. I'm sure that the dragons do kill. You see the dragons doing damage there. Both of them. We'll walk in front of this one. All they do is just randomly do their fire attack. Well, not randomly, but every few seconds they'll just restart the sequence. You can see it would have killed me right there. Alright. If you guys got any questions about it, let me know. Like I said, I will be doing game streaming more. And while I'm actually streaming the game, y'all are welcome to come in, join in, look at the game, talk about the game, play the game with me, and let's see if we can recreate these features that I wanted to create. Well, somebody asked me about the dragons and how to actually get them to actually breathe fire and do damage with fire. You know, fireball attacks, that's another thing too. But as you can see, put a capsule right there in front that is the size of the flame, approximately, and was able to activate that whenever the flame attack starts. And so you hit me with a little bit of the flame there, and it will only do damage whenever, ooh, crap, it's on now, but it'll only do damage whenever it's actually doing the attack. So, and I'm dead. I know I'm kind of rambling right now because I got a lot of stuff going on here. Oh, this was another thing that I was showing right here was weather effects for the player. So if you want to put in a map, and I'll just save all. Create it so that whenever you're walking around, no, don't mind that. Was playing around with some other animation packs. Didn't really care for that one much. But say if it's you want to set up a snowing effect, you don't want to put that particle effect everywhere. You know, if you try to make the particle effect too big, then it just looks like crap. So what I did was added in the Infinity Blade effects and ambient snow. And just kind of set it up to where, now if you try to put this into your map and then scale it up so that it covers the entire friggin' map, it's going to be a lot going on. Set up your particle effect so that it's snowing only outside your buildings. Well, you kind of get the point there. And actually put it on the player. You see we got some snow coming down now. But let's actually go to our player and activate it on the weather effects. It's snowing true. And you can create a system to where it snows around the player. And why don't I have it snowing right now? Escape menu. Oh, we'll just put it in here. So it's actually going to snow around the player, and the player walks around. So there's always going to be snow around the player as you're moving, instead of having to put it around your entire map. So everywhere you go, you'll see the particle effects of it snowing. But then create a trigger box for whenever you enter the house. It actually will disable the particle effect from happening. But when you look out of the window, you can see that it's still snowing because you put the particle effects only in areas that are going to be visible from locations like out of a window. When you look out, you want it to work, and then when you walk back outside, the particle effect will come back on again. So, yeah, little things like that. Creating features based on stuff you see in games. And in the first division, it's snowing everywhere. And one of the cool effects, though, is actually being able to walk. And as you're walking, you're leaving footprints in the snow. I haven't worked on that one yet. But when you walk inside, it's not snowing, but you walk back out, it is again. And the snow was actually not full time. Even though there was snow on the ground full time, it wasn't always snowing. So one of the things that I want to look into is creating environmental effects where not just the day-night phase, but weather effects, whether it's going to be snowing and you start getting the particle effects of snow coming down, or if it's raining, you can actually put rain out. Same basic thing. Fire, fog, leaves. All right. No questions on that. Then, like I said, if you have questions, give me on Discord, and be more than happy to discuss more of it. Monster chicken. Okay. Spider boss, clotworm. If you guys have games that you want to see, let me know. If it's not something that I have, then of course I'm always willing to accept it if you want to like contribute a game through Steam or Uplay or whatever else as a gift. Well, if I don't have it, then I'm not going to turn it down. I don't play all games, but that doesn't mean I won't cover them for. Really, there's an enemy chicken. Every game needs a chicken that can attack you. And that's a static mesh. Hey, how's it going? Now, when recreating any of the stuff for what's seen and talked about in the streams, like game-wise, we'll try to do the content using free stuff as much as possible. Like this project right here, testing out the Seeker Mine, was all UE4 mannequin and starter content, using the Infinity Blade effects for the snow. The starter content will cover the particle effects, like the sparking particle effect that is on this. threw that one right out the window. So as it's rolling around, it'll actually have a little particle effect trail, the explosion sound, and so forth. When possible, I'm going to use free assets. Otherwise, I'll be using stuff like Cindy Studios asset that I already have a huge library of. That's going to help me a lot with different things like scenery and what have you. Let's go ahead and save that. Other projects, other stuff like the bank heist project, we can, once the team is starting to get together, we can actually joint work on that project together and actually continue that stream series. I have been working on, and I say working on loosely, another project of my own, just trying out different things, trying to create a different kind of game environment that is inspired by, and I will say that it is inspired by a game on Steam called Tower Unite. And I'll actually show some more of that game later. I need to make sure I've got it installed again. But essentially, it is made in Unreal Engine 4, and it's more of a socially interactive game with a little small town, or more like an amusement park, like a portion of the Disney theme park or whatever. Got a roller coaster and Ferris wheel, and you got some arcade games. You got a laser tag game, a bowling alley. You got a movie theater, all kind of stuff inside there. And basically, what I'm trying to do is recreate something similar to that in my own vision. It's also like mini golf. There's a bunch of other side games you can play with it. So it is kind of cool, but I want to put my own twist on it. And part of my twist of it is, and I haven't created I've been too lazy to actually finish doing the main menu, because the main menu is also going to have a character creation built into it, and you'll have a choice of 3 male and 3 female characters. The interiors, like working ceiling fan, working chairs. You can come in, have a seat, and I'll actually put something like a video playing on the TV screen there. I don't currently have anything on the TV yet. I'm just gotta come up with a video to put there. I do have some stuff, but they're like copyrighted videos. Little dumb things like there's a football on the ground, you can actually pick it up and you can throw the football. There is a store on the far side over here. And this is a temporary map. I am working on the other map. It just takes a while for me to actually build a map to get everything laid out the way I want it. Get the mask vendor with masks on display of all the different masks you can buy. Currently right now they're all free. So if you want to get a mask, like, alright, I want that hockey mask. Come over here to the vendor, press E. I want the hockey mask. Yay. And you can also dance. We'll be adding a full emote system in as well. I don't like that dance. So let's open up our phone. Shows the correct date and time. And I'm going to do churn butter. I'll add the emotes into the same thing where you can create a default. So as you're running around, you decide, hey, I'm going to dance. You hit the F key and you just start dancing. You can take off your mask, no problem. And if you decide later on, since you already own that mask, you want to put it back on, you can. Change your dance. I'll remove the change dance button. For right now, once you select it, you have to hit the change dance button. And then it'll change it to the new dance. I was changing the format of how it was actually pulling everything together. Another thing also, if you are the admin or the server host, you can go on duty, and that'll be the thing here, is when there's 20, 30, 40, 50 people running around in the server, and later point down the line, this will actually go to a dedicated server instead of just a peer-to-peer. The server host is the FBI, and at another point, right now I just have, if you hit the G key, I don't know if you can see it right there, because it's green and it says admin. If I were just a normal player, it would say normal player if I hit that. And that was just, it's in there for debug testing, but I'm just an admin, so that's that. Admins will be wearing the FBI uniform. Now, I can also go into my phone as the admin and press this button right here, and temporarily, I've got it set up this way. It'll change later. The mod maker, I can actually promote somebody to be a moderator. So let's actually come in here and add a second player. Alright, so here's your client. We'll press G. They're just a normal player. If they hit 1, nothing happens. Hit Q to open up the phone. They can change their dance, do whatever they want. They don't have a mask, so they can't put one on. And if you hit the center button, nothing happens. So close the phone, go over here. This is the admin. So if I come over here and bring up my phone, I can click on this, mod maker gun, close the phone, aim, and fire. Now it sends out a line trace, tags that other player, and I can actually bring up the menu again, turn that off. Yo, what's up, bud? Long time no see. So I have the player now, the player that I just tagged to be a moderator. If you hit G key, you can see they're now a moderator. So whenever they open up their phone, they actually have the ability to pull up a new menu that only comes up for them. It's going to be different from the admin. So I can go on duty, and whenever they go on duty, the moderators are going to be the police officer. And of course, if you send someone to jail, you need to be able to not go into your rubber ducky. Got the jail set up. Go in here, have a seat, and try it again. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that little bug. See, homeboy sitting there in the chair, but you can actually come in. The moderators and admins will be able to send people to jail for being jackasses, whatever reason. And whenever they go to jail, they'll be put into either cell 1 or cell 2, which will have their own teleport locations. So if you want one person to go to cell 1, or moderators can put them in cell 2 and admins can put them in cell 1. No big deal. You can actually do that. There'll be... let's get back up. I need to test something out here. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. Because I didn't tell it to not do that. So, when you're on duty, you can teleport in and out of the jail. But when you're off duty, you cannot. So, I have to fix it to where if you are sitting down and you're in the jail, then have to fix the teleport. So go back to town, go off duty, and once the character creation and the main menu is done, like I said, there'll be 3 male, 3 female characters. I'm going to be adding in stuff like over here. G again. Okay, this is the admin character. This store will actually become active, and there'll be a vendor behind the counter, so you can buy food and drink. This was the pawn shop. I'll probably change this into a restaurant. There's some tables and chairs and stuff. And the thing behind the rubber ducky, is actually going to be a game mode. It's goofy, but that's the whole point, is having goofy things to do. If you are a male character, you get the yellow rubber ducky. If you're a female character, you'll get the unicorn. Not saying the guys can't ride unicorns, but we're gonna leave that alone. I was actually going to use the wagons, but the wagon's just a static mesh. I can't actually move the handle up and down or left and right. So, if somebody wanted to take that static mesh, convert it to a skeletal mesh, and actually create the element for the handle to be movable, maybe use that for steering, so you can ride inside the thing. What it'll be is you go into dedicated game areas of the map, and as soon as you enter into it, you'll actually go into like this. Or another thing that I'm actually doing is setting up the swimming pool, and the swimming pool will actually be as soon as you go into it, you'll automatically start swimming. I showed how to do that in one of the Pirates videos. There's also going to be, and you'll see them here shortly, I just activated it. You don't see it because I'm going to set up a widget to go along with it whenever it gets activated. What happens now is, and we're going to hide. We're going to let the client get suckered in. So, whenever it's activated, what happens is this is going to be part of the infection mode. Retro. What's that? Zombie cheerleaders, oh no. And I'll add an attack and goody goody phone ring. Alright, so that is my cue. 1 minute, I'm streaming. I'll be there in just a minute. Sorry, I'm going to have to cut things short here. Yeah. Y'all catch up with me on Discord. I'm going to have to, that's an emergency call. I've got to go take that. So, but yeah, there'll be more updates coming. And we'll be talking more in Discord this evening about the new format of playing games and with a dedicated group of people, and then analyzing the game, breaking it down, and then trying to recreate the features into Unreal Engine 4. So, thank you guys for stopping in. Thanks for watching. Chat with me on Discord. I will be back later.